tackling is one of the, we've made progress, we've made enormous progress in several different areas of the field, different aspects of the game, and tackling is one of them. That first one there is really careful. Only penalise if you are sure there has been an offence. One of the video clips that I show to umpires at international tournaments shows, try to picture a left striker, right? Visualise. The players in this room, you've got to visualise. If you can't visualise, you shouldn't be playing. Visualise a left striker bursting down the field. He's just beaten the right defender who's chasing him. I saw this in a Pakistan-Germany game. Pakistani was going straight in, and all he had to do was cut in towards goal. He was in full flight. German defender chasing him. This German defender put stick behind and through the legs, hooked the ball, and pulled it away without touching the body or touching the stick. You watch it at top speed, and there's no way that should be possible. There's no way at all. But at that level, they're capable of doing those kind of things. So when you slow it down, you know, we had the cameras on and we slowed it down step by step by step, and it was absolutely brilliant. And yet, watching it at normal speed, you thought, how could he not have fouled him? But it was just brilliant. He timed his lunge through the legs, hooked the ball, and pulled it out. And best of all, the umpire was in the perfect position to play on. Up in the stands where I'm watching, it looks like a foul. The umpire down there was perfectly positioned, read the tackle perfectly, no foul, just play on. It was brilliant. Brilliant from the umpire and brilliant from the defender. So only penalise if you're sure there has been an offence, and you've got to watch. That umpire had to watch for body contact and stick-on-stick contact. Don't penalise because there's a noise or it looks bad. There's a phrase that I'm quite proud of introducing. And I started telling umpires a long time ago, right at the start of my umpire coaching career, at a Champions Trophy in Amsterdam. I fully remember the occasion. And I had this group of umpires, and I said, umpire with your eyes and not your ears. Because we were then in a stage of the game, at every level of the game, where that resulted in a free hit. Stick check. Automatic. Whistle. We changed things round quite dramatically. After the first couple of days, the president of the FIH came over to me and said, "What did you tell those umpires?" We changed the game so dramatically because they were watching the ball and not listening for stick checks. When two people come in to contest the ball, if I've got the ball and I'm dribbling down towards Cheryl, she comes in to tackle. There's no such thing as a silent tackle, by the way. No such thing. There's always going to be a noise to some degree. No such thing as a silent tackle. Cheryl comes in towards me, I've got the ball, she comes in, there's got to be a noise. If there's a noise and the ball goes in that direction, she hasn't played the ball, she's played my stick. It's then either my free hit or my advantage. By the same token, if I'm coming down, she comes in to tackle me and there's a noise, but the ball goes in that direction, then that's a fair tackle. And that's all you have to think about. It's really simple when you put it in those terms. Watch the ball, ignore the noise, watch the ball. And then it becomes really simple. And it takes a lot of unnecessary whistle out of the game. And it also stops a lot of friction between players and umpires. So watch the ball. I've told some umpires after some games that I'm going to buy them a pair of earplugs and to go out and umpire next game with these earplugs in, because they're blowing for the noise rather than the infringement. And it still happens, unfortunately. You know, everybody that's going to be umpiring Division 1, Division 2, Division 3 games out at the State Hockey Centre, some of them are here, some of them will be coming on Thursday, but not all of them. You know, you really count on word of mouth and the fact that this is going to go out on Hockey Zone and so on. I already had an email this afternoon from somebody who's an international umpire and said, sorry, she was planning on coming tonight, but she's had to dash off somewhere else. But I will watch it on Hockey Zone. So the message really has to be hit home to everybody. Blow what you see and not what you hear. There's one there, be strict on the breaking down of play and intentional stopping tackles. There's a good description. One of the guys that I was talking to right at the start, you know, in the umpiring, FIH umpires mafia, Don Pryor over in WA, who was a brilliant umpire. At the Athens Olympics, he talked to the umpires about splat tackles. Splat tackles, where players were splatted onto the ground. When you see a splat tackle and somebody brought down, don't even think about it. It's an automatic yellow. Automatic. And it's not just a 5. You know, you've got to think about 10s, you've got to think about 15s, depending on the severity of it. Once again, we went through this stage. I don't even see those as professional fouls. They're disgusting tackles, right? Cynical fouls is the term that I used. If you see people going in with cynical fouls, cynical tackles where there's no intention of playing the ball, their sole intent is to stop the attack, to break up the play, splat tackles, penalise it. If people are brought down from behind, and this once again, I've seen a brilliant video clip of a player chasing, no way of getting the ball, hand in the back, push them over, splat, nose goes in, 10, 15 minutes. Those are dangerous. Those are really dangerous. I still see the occasional one out here. You know, we don't have the same kind of brutal mindset that some of the people at international level do. But I still see some bad ones. Some people become over-analytical about the game. Oh, but I don't think she meant to do it. You know, you don't have time to analyse whether she meant it or not. It's just the fact that she couldn't get to the ball and this player ends up smashed into the ground. That's enough for you. You know, extend it. Five minutes. That's a standard yellow. And that's for the minor offences. You know, we should see more 10s, more 15s, more. I saw somebody sent off for 15 minutes one game last year. But that wasn't for splat tackles, it was for stupidity. She disagreed with an umpire's decision, and it was a top-class umpire, an international umpire, and she had a word to say to the umpire about it, so she got a yellow card. She got the yellow card, no signal for anything other than the 5. And she once again made another comment about the fact that she'd then been given the yellow. The first comment was she thought she hadn't actually committed a foul, but she had. So she got 5 minutes for that. Then she made a comment about the fact that she got a yellow. That was 10. And then as she walked off past the umpire, she made another comment. So she ended up with 15 minutes off the field. That's what I call stupid. Right? That's what I call stupid. Oh, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. Is there anybody here from Valleys? All right, I'll save that one up for Thursday because they'll be here on Thursday then. But you know, there is I just said that was stupid. You know, there's so many things that come to mind. You know, you just can't put some things into the rule book because you do see so many instances of stupidity in so many aspects of life. You know, you all read and heard about this young guy up in North Queensland that jumped into the river and a croc mauled him, all right? Somebody, a journalist, asked one of the local politicians up there, should we bring in a new law to get rid of the crocs? And this is direct quote, you can't legislate for dickheads. And that's, you know, that's true. That's true. You can't put into the rules book stupid outbursts by players. All right? These things crop up all the time. They crop up in life. Thanks. This is another thing that's obstruction.
Can I just go back to the last slide on the sliding
Yep.
second last stop point?
Yep.
Please. Just to clarify, it's not dangerous, it's not reckless. I'm playing at the ball, but I'm playing on turf. Turf is wet, it's designed for some
Sliding. Yep.
Sliding in a safe manner.
In a safe manner. Key word.
Yeah, and so I see it at all levels.
Yep.
Really. Probably more effective in the upper divisions, but the lower divisions may try as well. So player comes out with ball, but because of momentum and people travelling, there may be somebody does end up on the turf, but it's a result of a good tackle, say.
One of the
What's the definition there
Yep.
for a good tackle?
one of the really good things that's come out once we switch from grass hockey to turf hockey is that there are so many more advanced skills come into the game. And you know, pre-artificial turf, slide tackles were unheard of. Now they're a major skill of the game, but you cannot use your body in a dangerous way when going into a slide tackle. It's quite possible for me to tackle you with a slide and take the ball, but in the meantime, if I've absolutely flattened you, I've used my body in a dangerous, illegal way, so I get penalised for it. Regardless of whether I take the ball or not, it's dangerous, illegal use of the body. I don't see that. I've seen that at higher levels of the game, but most of the times that I see slide tackles here, people take the ball away quite cleanly. Yeah.
But if it's the person being tackled, if it's their momentum that actually causes the danger.
Then that's something else, Chris. All right, which again is a skill of umpiring. All right, but if the defender, if it's the tackler's momentum, and it's usually in this direction, coming into slide this way. Yeah. So this player here is heading down that way. The momentum's that way. I come in here. I might touch the ball, but at the same time, I flatten this player here. So it's my momentum that's flattened him.
No, that's not okay.
That's right. Yeah.
But if I have the ball already and I'm travelling across the path of the oncoming player, they lose their footing because I'm sort of in there.
Yeah, but don't get too over analytical about something like that. You know? All you have to look for is dangerous use of the body, right? No. If somebody's using her body dangerously, right, to win the ball, then she's penalised, all right? Simple as that. It's once we start to overanalyze some of these instances that we start ending up with the wrong decision. And it's quite simple. Slide tackles are a great, exciting part of the game, but they must take the ball cleanly, and by doing so, they mustn't put the ball carrier into dangerous situations.
When I smiled, I saw your